All right, everyone, welcome back. So today I have quite a bit planned and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'd like to get started. Anyways, if you haven't seen the last episode, this is what we built, this Mediterranean looking building over here, which is some sort of farm for the sniffers. I think it looks quite cool and it was a fun little project to do, but I'd like to add more to this little farm stuff we got going on over here. So if you've seen Bdubs' most recent episode, he built these really cool silos. And so as you have probably seen in the thumbnail already, today's episode is going to be about the silo that we are building. So I'm going to find a nice location for it and we are going to get started. Okay, so in his build, he used bone blocks and sand, and so it was a white silo, but I think I'm going to make mine dark. And so this is the gradient I'm thinking. So we're going to start with this color block, and then we're just going to kind of work our way up the gray blocks here and eventually end up with this light gray. So I'm going to try something like that. I think that's going to be our best way to make this silo, and it's going to have a dark roof. So I'm kind of basing this off of one that's actually near my house that I've seen quite a bit. So it should be pretty cool in the end. But we've got a lot of work to do. So let's get started and let's find a nice location to put this thing. All right. So what I wanted to do was let's try and figure out the size of this thing. So this is the block that I want to be the base. So I think what I'm going to do is something along the lines of, I want to have it offset with this building, right? I don't want it to be in the center. So I think we should keep it to a smaller size. So 3 with 1 is just far too small. What about 3 with 2? I think that's the way to go. Yeah, I think that's a good size right there. It's not too large, and that kind of fills up that space nicely right there. But I would like to move it over one. I really want to get this right because I do not want to mess this up. So it's very important that you get this in exactly the spot you want before you actually start building the whole thing out, because then you're going to have to tear it all down. So all right, so you can see what I did with this bottom foundation. This is the darkest part of the build. So this is our dark color that will have the gradient transfer into these lighter colors. And I purposely laid them out in my inventory of what we're going to do for each one. So these are all going to go like this. And we have cobbled deep slate right here. I think this one probably transitions smoother into that one than the other way around. So I think that's what I'm going to do for the second layer, is use basalt. And basically, as you're watching right now, I'm just going to go through and kind of fill it in like this. And we'll just make our way up to the top using the gradients. I showed you guys what colors I'm going to use already, and we're literally just building a tube. So I will cut back when I'm finished filling all this stuff in, and you'll see how I've done the gradient. All right, so 2 things while I'm filling this in here before we get finished is, one, I've opened a donation link if you're interested, and this is just going to be for naming the mobs in the world and also helping out the channel with getting some better equipment. So a few of you have commented on the keyboard that I have in this video, or not in this video specifically, but in all my videos. You can hear the clicking, and that's because this keyboard is very old, and I would definitely like to improve on that for the video quality in the future. And so any money from the donation links will be used towards getting a new keyboard, and as well as naming the mobs in this world. As you guys know, that's usually what I do with the mobs in this world, is I just pick names from you guys, but obviously due to a high request, it's just easier that way, so that you know, like if somebody really wants to support the videos for whatever reason, they can do so and have their staple in the world. So anyways, the link will be in the description, and by no means should you feel like you absolutely have to donate, right? It's totally up to you. It's your decision. You can do whatever you want when it comes to that, and anyone who does is greatly appreciated. I thank you very much for helping support the Minecraft journey. So I will put some more information in the description on how that'll work and what I plan on doing. And basically, long story short, is for all of the donators as well, not only are they going to get a mob named after them in the world with a name tag, but they will also, we're going to build a dedicated area for them, and we'll have a bunch of lecterns with their names inside of the book. So eventually, once I release the world download for this, you guys can go into the whatever location it is. I'm sure it'll be the next episode that we make it, and you can flip through the lectern and you'll see your name in there once I release the world download. But so far we are just about finished with this silo when it comes to the exterior tubing part, that is. So you can see the kind of gradient I've done here. It looks really good from far away. I just want to hop down for a second and see if this is a good height for this thing. So we hop down here. I'd say that's a pretty good height. I don't think it really needs to be taller than that, so I think we can go with that. So what I'll do is now I'm going to hop up there. I'm going to have to get some more because there's no way I have enough, but I have this cobbled deep slate, and this is going to be the roof for that. All right, and a little bit of a change of plans. So what I'm going to do with this is now use stairs instead of the slabs. So last time we had the slabs, that was a complete disaster. It did not work well, and so I'm going to use stairs. The only thing I'm undecided on is how I want to do the overhang. I don't know if I want it to be on this block right here like I'm doing, or if I wanted to overhang it one. So I'm going to round off the top like this, and then I'm gonna see if I want to use a slab on the bottom there. I'm not quite sure yet, but this is almost finished. So you can see what I was going for now. We gotta delete this one and redo this little guy right here like that. So if we hop down, I just want to see what that transition is like. So you'll see that's quite harsh. I think I'm still gonna use slabs around the edges there. So we'll get some of those. Okay, and so we'll line the perimeter like that, and now we'll have to go up a layer with the stairs. So we can place all this stuff in here like so, and we're going to do the same thing where we kind of had these guys doing their thing over here. So I have to think about how to do this, because this is a one block thing, so it's not really going to work all that well. I think what we could do is we can use stairs on the front facing part, and then we'll have to do maybe something like this, sideways stairs like that. All right, because obviously the stairs won't connect to each other because of the way we have this orientated. So we'll have to do something like that, and then we can take full blocks and whoops, I don't know how that placed over there. We can place the full blocks like this, and that can kind of make that shape. And so we need temporary blocks right here that can go underneath, and so then these guys can just be placed like this, and then we can kind of like repeat the same thing, you know. So there we go. That outer section is just so goofy looking, and I have no idea why. I'm having a hard time trying to fix that. So maybe I need more fireworks first off, but maybe if I go up there and get rid of that layer, that's something to experiment with. So that doesn't work at all. Honestly, it sounds weird, but I think what works is just keeping it flat on the top. I think I like that much better. That looks like a much more natural transition than whatever we had before. So I think I'm going to stick with that. Now it's time to do the fun part, and I have a really cool idea that I haven't shared with you guys yet, so that's what we're going to do next, and going to need to gather some materials to get it done. Alrighty, first things first, we'll need some of these guys. Alright, I think we can use some of this coarse dirt as well. This will be good. And that's what I'm looking for. There we go. I will gladly be taking some of this. And why not? I'm already here. Whew, that was a long flight. But you can see my inventory. I've got plenty of blocks, and you may be wondering what I am doing, but I promise you, I think it's going to look really cool. So let's get started with it. Firstly, I grabbed some of these stuff because I think this would be a cool little detail if we just kind of made some like hay piles on the outside, but that's just to get us started. But what I really planned on doing was something that I think is a little innovative. Okay, let's see if I can explain this. This is going to be a little difficult, but I think we'll be able to do it. So I'm going to have to get creative here. I was picturing that since this looks like it's made out of sheet metal, that's kind of the thing I was going for. I wanted it also to look weathered and old, like it's been here for a while. So what I wanted to do was add some rust spots onto this silo. And I think using these blocks, we're going to be able to do that, but it's going to be difficult to get the pattern right. So I think our darkest orange block, let's see, that's the darkest one, but this is the strongest orange. So I think if we do something like that, that'll help us get that kind of gradient we're looking for. That is definitely the darkest, the coarse dirt, but I don't know if I'm going to use that. So I didn't want it to be like super, super overpowering, like it's huge. But I think what I'm going to do is something like this. And then we'll dig out the blocks on the side of it. And so then maybe we can transition to our next one, which was the sand. And then we'll drop down one here. That's not going to work. I'm an idiot. Put the acacia wood on the bottom block. And we'll have to get up here. So like that. And then we can place the sand. So the sand is going to go like that. And then I wanted this to droop down a lot. So what I was talking about having the difficult time making a transition here was how am I going to get this to transition to gray? So what I think I'm going to do here is dig these guys out. And we're going to place some of these. And I think I'm going to use that block to transition to gray. But we have to get the gradient to go from orange to the gray. So I'm going to strip these. You can see those are a little bit more flat in color. So we can do that. And then what I'll do is we have to continue this gradient until we hit the tuff. So I think I'm going to dig this one out again and keep digging these ones out. And that's where this is going to go, because you can see that's darker now. So now we need to go to the more grayish color, which is light gray terracotta. And so we can, I'm going to dig down 2 for that one. So I'm going to actually go down 2 like this, because I want it to have that drooping rust effect. And so now this is going to go down like this. And that's where these guys can come in and be like that. And we'll do the same right there, the acacia logs. And I think as we step back, that's actually going to complete the look that we're going for. So there was a lot involved there with different colors and blocks being used, but I think it looks bad from up front, but from far away, I think that's going to complete the rust spot we're going for. It's a little harsh. I think we can improve on that a little bit. Maybe if we are to take that and put that on the side, it definitely works with the gradient right there. I think we just need to taper it in more. So I know how to fix that. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I think in order to fix this, we just need to alternate it like this. I think that's the best way to do this, because it just looks a little better when it's kind of like that. It was far too tall last time. So I think that's, oh, whoops, what did I just break there? I think that's going to be better for us from here on. And I know how to fix this rust spot. I just need to make this stuff. Is we're going to add a little bit of detail. So I'm just going to make some different directions I can walk here first. But so basically what I was thinking was we could place, I don't want them in that orientation. Of course, it's going to go all the way down. We can place that there. And then I was thinking these acacia trapdoors are very nice to sit underneath for them. And then, I don't know, we could add another detail here. I don't know what it would be, but like maybe this thing is doing something. And then we can add some iron bars underneath that. Just make it look busy, right? Make it look like something is happening on the outside here. Now, every silo has a thing on the side, so we have to build that, but I think this is going to help that rust transition more. I think I'm going to put it on this side, so I'm literally just going to stack iron bars up like this. Okay, so that's kind of what we're left with right now. There's a few more things I want to do, which is I'd love to add something down here, and I want to use spruce wood with that. So I just want like a little, another one of these things, like I built that right there. So luckily I've actually already got a ton of stuff, so this shouldn't be too difficult. So, all right, so you can see how I've done that. I've wrapped those stairs around the bottom, and then I am going to extend that with the slabs like so, and then I'm going to use finally the trapdoors to be the smallest piece of this small canopy thing. All right, I decided to change my scaffolding idea that I was doing on the side here, and what I'm actually going to do instead is use levers to kind of be that thing. So the silos have the grain storage, but then they also have the filter system, which like does the stuff, pushes the stuff outside. So I'm going to use copper pipes like this because I think it suits our orange much better. And I am just going to stack those up and connect them at the top. And then we could probably invert this one right here like that, so it's on that. And so now you can see it's got that that thing on the side, which looks like a nice pipe where we have the storage system and then the filter thing on the outside. You can see I've got a ton of spruce buttons in my inventory, and I'm just going to line the layers of this building with spruce buttons because I just think it's going to look good for some reason. All right, time to definitely decorate the bottom of this a little more. I'm just going to add a few little stone bits here and there just to kind of make it look a little bit more random instead of, you know, what we had going before. So just stuff like this. I don't want to overdo it or anything, but you just want to add a little bit of texture on the bottom here just to kind of, you know, make it look a little bit more unique instead of having that uniform pattern on the ground. So that's really going to help with kind of bringing this to life. And then as you can see, I've grabbed a bunch of leaves, so definitely want to add a lot of these down here like we did on a lot of my builds. You can see we did it right there. It wouldn't be one of my videos if we didn't build a custom tree. So I'm going to build another one right over here. I'm going to put it right in this spot right here. And I want this one to be a little bigger. So we went 3 blocks up, and then I'm just going to stack up till I think about, I don't know, maybe right here, honestly, is a good spot. Not entirely sure how high I want to go up. And then I'm going to go the usual, where we go out like this, and then we continue going outwards. So that's going to give us a good foundation for the tree, and we'll make it larger in a second. But we got to get up here first. All right, and so now I'm going to stack 2 on that. And we're basically just, as we continue going up, we're just going to narrow the tree down and kind of bring it in on itself. And then we'll have a nice custom tree at the end. So you can see as we hop down now, we have a nice lovely tree there, but we need a little bit more shape. You can see it's a little too narrow there. And so you can see how I've done that on this one. It's kind of rounding out that bottom piece. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Now I saw Bdubs do this, and this was really cool. Was he kind of like lined leaves like this, and it looks like some sort of a bush line, and I thought that was so cool. So I'm gonna try and do a little bit of that here, and then we can kind of just repeat that hedgerow pattern like this. I think it would be nice if we did that. All right, so the last thing we're gonna do today is I would love to build a little truck. I think a truck would look so cool around here, and just not sure where I'm gonna put it. I think now that I see it, you know, because I want to be able to see it quite a bit. So I think probably right in here, maybe, I think is a good spot to put it. So that's the last thing we're going to build right here. All right, let's get started on this. This one's going to be a little tricky to build. I don't think I've ever built a car in Minecraft before, but I have an idea. I looked at a few images. So I'm going to build it right here. I really want it to be in this frame. So I think right here is a good spot for it. And then we have to go 1, 2, 3, and then something like that. I think that's going to be in the frame nicely. All right, and then this is our bumper, and how we're going to do this is basically an L shape. So this is going to go like this, I believe, and then one up. All right, and then we'll take our glass blocks, and those are going to be placed like that. And all right, so now we've got a decent shape for that. And then we got to hop up here because you can see I've got these carpets, and this is going to be the top piece of the truck. So that's going to be like its top half. All right, I just thought of this while I was doing this. A few different options we could try here. So our first is a copper grate to be the grill. I think that looks pretty cool. And then we're going to take our item frames, because this is our headlights. And we're going to place our headlights in there like that. And now we need to make its exhaust system. So I'm going to place a few things like this. Maybe like this. And this can be the tip of that. I think that looks all right. I think it's better if we just do something like that for the exhaust system. And then we can add carrying a barrel as well. And what else do I have in here? I like how that turned out. We got a nice little truck there. And we have our lovely little area finished. So I think that's about it for today. That's all I wanted to get done for now. But before we end today's episode, we do need to answer the comment of the day. All right, so today's comment of the day comes from Otakar Andrasek. Is that how you say that? That's going to be my American attempt at that. And they say, great video, man. Love your play and commentary style. Super nice and relaxing. What got you into Minecraft originally? Keep it up. Thank you very nice for the comment, Otakar. And so, yeah, Minecraft was a game that was introduced to me when I was roughly about 10 years old. So that was back in 2010. And I just really wasn't that interested in the game when I was first introduced to it. My brother had a white laptop in high school. And so that was the first time I had ever played Minecraft, was on that laptop. And I basically just ran around a little bit. It was in the beta versions, like maybe beta 1.5 or something like that, and ran around, got very bored, didn't really understand what was going on. And that was basically the end of my journey with Minecraft when I was 11 years old. But I picked it up again when I got to middle school, around 6th or 7th grade. I was probably 12 or 13. And that was when I discovered Ant Venom's Hunt for the Golden Apple series. And so Ant Venom was one of my main inspirations for playing Minecraft, especially when he started doing videos on the peaceful map that he had. I was really entertained by that, and I always wanted to have something like that. And so, yeah, I kind of just made Minecraft videos when I was 12 and 13 years old, like we all did, and uploaded them, and they never really became anything. But yeah, Ant Venom was definitely the one I would say who got me into Minecraft originally. But I didn't start building and becoming the Minecraft player I am today until probably 2018 or 19. When I was in high school with my friends, we used to do realms every couple of months. And I got really into building by watching Fwip's videos. And that was how I learned my building style. So definitely, I would say I got into Minecraft originally from Ant Venom. I didn't adopt my modern style until I discovered Dallas Med 65 and Fwip. Those were the two big guys. And as of right now, I would say Etho and Bdubs are kind of the two that I'm watching the most. I still watch every Dallas Med video though, and still love his stuff. So if you've watched his series before, you'll definitely know you can see a lot of similar build styles in both of our work. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what got me into Minecraft originally. But as we are ending off this episode, I just want to say thank you to anyone who does donate in advance. That does mean a lot and will help improve the quality of the videos in the future. And obviously, I'd love to give back to you guys by adding you into the world and, you know, having you be a permanent part of this world. So that link will be below. Thank you to everyone in advance that does decide to do that. Again, don't feel like you have to. It's just for people who want to support the channel further than what you guys are already doing. So again, thank you guys so much. It's been a crazy past couple of months with this channel, but I'm having a lot of fun making these videos, as you can tell, and we've built some really cool stuff. So I look forward to what we're going to build in the next episode. Thank you guys so much, and that's about it.